The author of this diary and the diary itself are of course imaginary. Nevertheless, it is clear that such persons as the writer of these notes not only may, but positively must exist. In our society. I believe in fantasy, but this time is real. You imagine, no doubt, gentlemen, that I want to amuse you. You are mistaken. I am by no means such a joyful person as you imagine, or you may imagine. However, irritated by all this babble, and I feel that you are irritated. You think fit to ask me who I am? Then my answer is, I am a children book writer. I write books for children. I am a sick man. I am a spiteful man. I am an unattractive man. I believe my brain is diseased. However, I know nothing at all about my disease and do not know for certain what drives me. I don't consult a psychiatrist for it and never have, though I have respect for mental illness and doctors. Besides, I'm extremely superstitious. Sufficiently so, I am well educated enough not to be superstitious, but I am superstitious. No. I refuse to consult a psychiatrist from spite. That you probably will not understand.
I promise I'm working on it. And I have the project done by the end of the day.
But that's how I make a living. I have to finish this book, and I don't even know the title. They are coming out from the underground. I am not scared of them. I just pretend to be. Now, I am living out my life in a corner, taunting myself with the useless consolation that an intelligent man cannot become anything seriously, and only the fool who becomes anything. Yes, a man in the 20th century must, and morally out to preeminently a characterless creature, a man of character, an attractive man, is preeminently a limited creature. That is my conviction of 40 years. I am 40 years old now. And you know, 40 years is a whole lifetime. You know, it's extreme old age. To live longer than 40 years is bad manners. It's vulgar, immoral.
Who does live beyond 40? Answer that. Sincerely and honestly, I will tell you, who do? Fools and worthless fellows. I tell all senior citizens that to their face. All these venerable old men, all this silver hair, and reverend seniors. I tell the whole world that to his face. I have the right to say so, for I shall go on living to 60 myself, to 70, to 80. Stay. Let me take a breath. Did you say goats? Yes. Goats from the underground.
I want to tell you now, ladies, whether you care to hear it or not. Why? I could not even become a goat. I tell you solemnly that I have many times tried to become a goat, but I was not equal even to that. I swear. Ladies and gentlemen. That to be too conscious is an illness, a real true going illness. For man's everyday needs, it would have been quite enough to be the ordinary human consciousness. That is, half of a quarter of the amount which falls to the lot of a cultivated man of our unhappy 20th century. I bet you think I am writing all this from affectation, to be witty at the expense of men of action, and what is more, that from ill-bred affectuation I am clanking a sword like my officer. Where is this officer?
Me versus an undetermined number of bad guys? What could go wrong?
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I know the title of my next book.
What are they doing with all this equipment all the way out here?
I wanted to say the equipment...
The officer is where the action is. He just killed the dragon. He's a little bit stuck up, so we dance. Thank you for your service, officer. Thank you for your protection. The characters are coming back to life.
Sir, I see a big bug. Stay behind me.
Attack my house.
Listen, if you don't have this book coming quick, I'm going to be haunting you. Now, come on, you have to, you just have to get professional about this. And I think some of these people are just in your mind. You got to get back to being the writer. Think you could come through for me on this? I mean, I got faith in you, but... Okay, you have to, you're 3 months behind on this book. Children all over the world are waiting for this to come out.
The title of the book, Goats from the Underground. And I will have it ready by the end of the week.
The publishers, they're ready to go, and we got to get this done in the next couple days. I mean, as soon as possible. I got faith in you, but I can't hold the people off much longer because they're clamoring for your new book. I mean, people wake up every morning and read your book. These kids, they read it and they reread them. They love you as soon as possible.
Oh, if I had done nothing simply from laziness, my dear publisher, how should I have respected myself then? I should have respected myself because I should at least have been capable of being lazy. There would at least have been one quality, positive in me, in which I could have believed myself. I put on my suit this morning, on my way to the publishing house to deliver. Flying object knocked down half of my tree. But these are all golden dreams. I have always considered myself cleverer than any of the people surrounding me, and sometimes, would you believe it, have been positively ashamed of it. At any rate, I have all my life turned my eyes away and never could look people straight in the face. This unidentified flying object. I dream to write. When I write my dream. General Jukov. He defended my house earlier well, as I questioned the reality. A reality so subtle, so difficult of analysis, that persons who are little limited, or even simply persons of strong nerves, will not understand a single quark of it. Abominable half-belief, consciously burying oneself alive for grief in the underworld for 40 years. But enough, not another word on this subject of such extreme interest to you. General. General, show yourself. Show yourself.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Sir, what are you doing here?
General Jukov.
Civilians are not allowed in this area.
I have something to explain to you.
Who are you, sir?
My name is Dostoevsky. Goats from the underground. You are one of the characters in my book.
I'm a soldier. I'm here to protect you. Please send me back.
This is your world. This is my house, and I live here. You are not the only one coming out from the underground. There are many like you. You did a very good job earlier protecting the house from the dragon and the alien bug.
I'm ready to help. What do you want me to do?
As soon as you see a bug or you see an unidentified flying object, UFO, you capture it immediately and send it back.
Yes, sir. At your order.
Did you hear that?
What?
It's coming from the house.
I used to be a boy just like this.
That noise.
I have never been a coward at heart, though. I have always been a coward in action.
Mr. Dostoevsky, that he's a boy in your house, putting fire to the rocket.
Yes, General Jukov. I see him. I have created this naughty boy in my second chapter.
You don't need free will to determine that twice 2 is 4. That's not what I call free will.
Would you like me to kill them and send them back to the book world? Sir, I think you should tie up the boy on the rocket and send him into the space.
Naughty boy, stop it! You are going to burn my house!
Sir, let's catch him and tie him up so he doesn't escape. Sir, stay behind me, sir. It's not safe here. I got this, sir. Fire in the hole.
I hated my face. This boy has my face. I found it odious.
I said stop it!
And even suspected that there were some mean expression in it. And therefore every time I work creating books,
Yes, Mr. Dostoevsky.
I made a painful effort to carry myself as independently as possible.
What do you mean? Tie the boy up.
And to express as much nobility as possible with my face. Let it not be a beautiful face.
You see what is happening when you play with fire, little boy.
Sir, I got your back.
The whole work of man really seems to consist in nothing but proving to himself every minute that he is a man and not a character in a book.
I got your back, Mr. Dostoevsky. Step back, Mr. Dostoevsky. Yes, sir. Sir, I see the aliens.
The pleasure of despair, but then in despair we find the most acute pleasure.
Come back inside, Mr. Dostoevsky. It's not safe outside.
Especially when we are aware of the hopelessness of the situation.
Yes, Mr. Dostoevsky.
I am so sorry for the unidentified flying object who hit the tree and cut it in half, and I would like to thank you all for the work that you're doing cleaning my yard. Yeah. You're welcome.
You know, the direct, legitimate fruit of consciousness is inertia. That is, conscious sitting with the hands folded.
and I constantly do nothing. And writing things down really seems like work. They say work makes a man good and honest. Well, here is the chance, at least. Oh, ladies, do you know? Perhaps I consider myself an intelligent man only because all my life I have been able neither to begin nor finish anything. Granted, I'm a babbler, a harmless, vexatious babbler, like all of us. But what is to be done if the direct and sole vocation of every intelligent man is babble? That is, the intentional pouring of water through a mesh. The laws of nature need only to be discovered, and then man would no longer be answerable for his actions, and his life will become extremely easy. Needless to say, all human actions will then be calculated according to these laws, mathematically, like a table of algorithms, like the present-day databases in which everything will be so precisely calculated and designated that there will no longer be any actions or adventures in this world. We sometimes choose absolute nonsense because in our foolishness we see in that nonsense the easiest means for attaining a supposed advantage. Man likes to make roads and create. That is a fact beyond dispute. But why he has such a passionate love for destruction and chaos also?
All direct persons and men of action are active just because they are stupid and limited. Explain that. In fact, I believe the best definition of man is the ungrateful biped. But that is not all. To love is to suffer, and there can be no love otherwise. She decided to visit me. I can't believe she decided to come.
Oh my God, you look so beautiful. You are exactly how I imagined you. Are you still mute? This is such an unexpected visit. I was just cleaning my house. Would you like to go outside?
There are some women who are jealous. If he went off anywhere, I knew such woman. She couldn't restrain herself, but would jump at night and run off the slide to find out where I was. Whether I was with some other woman. And the woman knows herself is wrong, and her heart fails her, and she suffers. But she loves. It's all true love.
That is not his worst defect, my dear. His worst defect is perpetual moral
obliquity. You beautiful. And how sweet is to make up after disagreement, to own herself in a wrong, or to forgive me. And then we are so happy all at once, as we just met, been married over again, as our love just begun fresh. I did not hate her so much, however, when I was running about the room and peeping through the crack, I was only insufferably oppressed by her being here. I wanted peace, to be left alone in my underground world. Real life oppressed me with its novelty so much that I could hardly breathe. But surely I did not want her to disappear. Man is preeminently a creative animal, predestined to strive consciously for an object and to engage in engineering, that is, incessantly and eternally to make new roads, wherever they may lead. I, for instance, was triumphant over everyone. Everyone, of course, was in dust and ashes, forced spontaneously to recognize my superiority, and I forgave them all. I used to be a poet, a gentleman. I fell in love. I came in for countless millions and immediately devoted them to humanity, and at the same time I confessed before all the people my shameful deeds. Dreams, as we all know, are very curious things. Certain incidents in them are presented with quite uncanny vividness, each detail executed with a finishing touch of a god, entirely unaware of space and time. Dreams seems to be induced not by reason, but by the desire of your brain to defragment useless information. Yet, what clever tricks my reason has sometimes played on me in dreams.
Hello.
But do you know what?
How are you doing?
I am convinced that we, the underground goats, ought to be kept on a curb. Though we may sit 40 years underground without... It is clear to me now that owing to my unbounded vanity and to the high standard I set for myself, I often look at myself with furious discontent, which verged on loathing, and so I inwardly attributed the same feeling to everyone. I have thirst for life, yet I resolve life questions with a logical tangle. How imprudent my escapades, yet at the same time how frightened I am. I talk nonsense and I'm pleased with it. I say imprudent things, yet I'm afraid and asking forgiveness for them. I insist that I'm not afraid of anything. I know that my wittichisms are not witty, but apparently I feel quite pleased with their literary merits. I may indeed have happened to suffer, but I do not have the least respect for my suffering. There is truth in me, yes, but no integrity. Out of the pettiest vanity I take my truth and display it, disgrace it, in the marketplace. I do indeed want to say something. I conceal my final word out of fear, because I lack the resolve to speak it out. I have only a rude and disrespectful behavior. It was from feeling myself that I have reached the last barrier. That it was horrible. It could not be otherwise. There was no escape for me. That I would never could become a different man. That even if time and fate were still left for me to change into something different, it would most likely not wish to change. Or if I did wish to, even then, I would do nothing. Because perhaps in reality, there was nothing for me to change into. An intelligent biped with such a predilection for systems and abstract deductions that he is ready to distort the truth intentionally. He is ready to deny the evidence of his senses only to justify his logic. Man is a frivolous and incongruous creature, and perhaps, like a chess player, loves the process of the game, not the end of it. We've all grown unaccustomed to life. We are all lame, each of us more or less.
Good luck. Good luck. I wish you good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
We've even grown so unaccustomed that at times we feel a sort of loathing for real life, and therefore cannot bear to be reminded of it. For we've reached a point where we regard real living life as a social media page. Social media page, which were not merely shameful, but had in them much that was sublime and beautiful. Everyone would kiss me and weep. What idiots they would be if they did not. While I should go barefoot and hungry, preaching new ideas and fighting a victorious battle. But what made me furious was that I knew for certain that I should go and apply my skills, and that I should make a point of going to the battle. And the more tactless, the more unseemly my going would be, the more certainly I would finish what I have predicted. every man's memories. There are such things not to be revealed to everyone, but perhaps only to friends. There are also such as to reveal not even to friends, but only to yourself, and that in secret. Then finally, there are such memories as a man is afraid to reveal even to himself. And every decent man will have accumulated quite a few things of this sort. I might foam at the mouth, but bring me a toy to play with. Give me a cup of tea with sugar in it, and maybe I should feel appeased. When we do come out into the light of day and break out, we talk and talk and talk. Because profit for you is prosperity, wealth, freedom, peace, and so on. That dude or dudess who openly and knowingly went against this whole inventory would, in your opinion, well, also in mine, of course, would be a complete mad person, right? So much have we lost touch with real life that we occasionally feel a kind of disgust for it, and so can't bear to be reminded of it. For we have arrived at a point where we look on real life as a compulsory service, and all of us privately agree that life as we find it in fiction is better. Towards the end, I myself could not stand it. As I grew older, a need for people, for friends, developed. I tried to start getting closer with some, but the attempt always came out unnaturally and would simply end of itself. But on that point, I want to say a couple of words myself. I got to the point of feeling a sort of secret, abnormal, despicable enjoyment in returning home to my corner on some disgusting Los Angeles night, acutely conscious that I have finished another book yet again, a positive, real enjoyment. You will say, perhaps, this book is not worth your trouble. But in that case, I can give you the same answer, seriously. But if you won't deign to give me your attention, I will drop your acquaintance. I can retreat in my underground hole. We are oppressed at being humans inside of an universe we don't comprehend. Humans with real individual body and blood. We are ashamed of it. We think it a disgrace and try to convince to be some sort of androids made of subatomic particles, all connected on a Wi-Fi network, working in tandem and randomly seeking a kernel panic. Leave us alone without books, and we shall be lost and in confusion at once. We shall not know what to join to, what to cling to, what to love and what to hate, what to respect and what to despise, and how to detect our consciousness. Soon we shall contrive to be born somehow from an idea. A small irresponsible god wandering lost in another simulation, or maybe already dead. But behind the bewilderment, the truth was already gleaming, the loathsome truth.
This is a passenger announcement. Passenger Church.
We are all goats. But enough. I don't want to write more from the underground.
First existentialist movie. Rambling memoirs of a bitter, isolated Hollywood filmmaker. Events that appear to be renewing the underground man. Introduction into the perplexing mind of an unreliable narrator. Desire for happiness. Exemplified by his diseased brain. That utopian society removing suffering and pain. The underground man reached a point of inactivity. Rather be inactive out of laziness. Anyone at any time can decide to act in a way that might not be considered in a self-interest. To validate existence and to protest. Challenge to a method of understanding. Ideological illusions. And complex conversations. A writing style that is very dense. Sometimes difficult to understand. Stop the pain in his heart by fantasizing. The larger implications of a utopian society.